Wilting hydrangeas? Let's find out what works. Hi, welcome to another video. My name is Katherine Bergman. I'm a florist with over 30 years design experience doing weddings and events, and I share weekly floral inspiration with you. Today we're going to test all the different things that will help hydrangeas last. Are you ready? Let's get started. So I get so many questions about how do I make hydrangeas last? Now, I've never had problems getting hydrangeas to last, but I know many of you do when you cut hydrangeas or buy hydrangeas. So let me tell you some of the secrets to making hydrangeas last. Number one secret, pick your hydrangeas in the cool of the morning. And number two secret, take all the leaves off of your hydrangea. Do not leave leaves on your hydrangea because the leaves sap water from the florets. Tip number three is to use alum in your water. Alum is A-L-U-M. It's a pickling agent, and you can buy a little bottle of it in the spice aisle. I have big vats of it because we use a lot of it, but you just need a little pinch in your water, and it helps your hydrangea take up water. And then tip number four is to use Floral QuickDip. I've been showing this in my videos lately because I just discovered what a wonderful product this is. It's a floral hydrating treatment and it instantly hydrates. What I do is I put about 2 inches of QuickDip in this little jar with a little lid so that you can shut the lid and reuse this over and over again. And then you cut your hydrangea stem, dip it in the QuickDip for 1 to 3 seconds, and then put it in your water that has floral preservative and alum in it. Okay, so you cut your hydrangeas in the cold of the morning, or you purchase them and don't let them sit in your car, right? You've taken all the foliage off, you're using QuickDip and alum. Now, tip number 5 is something that my good friend Anita told me about. This is supposed to be an old Southern grandmother tip. You use hairspray. I've never used this before. I've heard of using hairspray on dried flowers to keep them from shattering, or even flowers that like to shatter, to hold it together. But she told me that you can use this on hydrangeas to make them last longer. At least she read an article. So we're going to give this a try as well. Now, it seems to make sense to me since it says all day humidity resistance. So if it locks humidity out of your hair, maybe you'll lock humidity in your hydrangea. So we're going to try that as well. But we're of course going to make an arrangement today with all these beautiful hydrangeas I cut from my garden. Just a variety of regular large leaf hydrangea in purples and pinks, as well as Annabelle hydrangeas in this pale green. Annabelle hydrangeas is something I love growing. They bloom white and they age to this lime green. And once they age, they last a really, really long time. And another really wonderful thing about Annabelle hydrangeas is they take full sun. I have mine in full sun and shaded by about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, so let's get started with our hydrangea arrangement. I'm going to put the hairspray aside. And another tip I want to share with you is I really like the look of hydrangea foliage when I'm designing with hydrangeas, but do not leave it on the stem with your hydrangea. What you do is you cut the foliage separately and use it separately. And I use this all the time in other arrangements as well because I like the texture of hydrangea foliage. It's it's got so many veins, and the shape of the greenery is beautiful. I don't know. I just think it's a beautiful greenery. And I often think the greenery that grows with the flower just goes with the flower. Like tulips, for instance. Roses, not so much. Their foliage is not so beautiful, but I think the hydrangea foliage is really beautiful. So I cut a lot of hydrangea foliage to use. And I'm going to go ahead and green in. Now, for this experiment, I decided not to use floral foam because floral foam will sort of shorten the life of almost all your flowers. So we're just designing in clear water in this pretty blue urn. And because we're doing it in a wide mouth urn with no mechanics, we're going to have to green in pretty heavily. Fortunately, the flowers we're using have pretty large heads, and I think that we can make it work. Okay, so we're just going to put greenery in here to fill in the space. And that's another reason I chose the hydrangea foliage, because it's such nice broad leaves and they're just kind of rigid and have a lot of body to them, so they could really hold up the heads of the hydrangeas really well. Okay. Okay. I'm going to reserve a couple of stems of hydrangea foliage, because once I put all the hydrangeas in, if it covers the foliage too much and I want some to peek out, I've got a couple of stems on reserve here. And then we're just going to go ahead and just place hydrangeas in here. I've got like purple and pink and green and periwinkle, just an assortment. Pretty easy when you're just arranging one type of flower. And just kind of a clustered round arrangement, super easy, kind of designing more with the textures of our material than with any fancy lines or designs. And this is a wonderful arrangement for this time of year when, you know, maybe the rose is out of bloom, but the hydrangeas are starting. You can do an arrangement with only hydrangeas. If you don't have Annabelles in your garden, definitely think about adding some. It's readily available. I think you can find it online, Annabelle. And they're huge. I cut some of the smaller heads to use because I actually didn't want such gigantic Annabelles in here, because I wanted to have an assortment of hydrangeas. And I cut the giant ones this big, it'll just take over the whole arrangement. But it's a wonderful hydrangea to add to your collection. Or if you have a sunnier, hotter spot than usual, then where then the average hydrangeas then the Annabelles are going to be great. Added a pretty periwinkle one here. Let's see, do we have some longer stemmed ones? Yeah, some more of these violety color ones. So it's an added step to do the quick dip, but boy, it sure makes a difference. I think it's too long. Let me cut a little shorter. I had a huge stand of hydrangeas in my front garden, and we transplanted to my creek area this year. And they survived the transplanting, but the flowers are not as large as usual. But I still have enough to use. Okay. Got some kind of pinky ones too, kind of a lavender pink. Shall I use some in here? You know what? I might just keep with the purpley ones. I think we have enough of the purpley ones. And then the green ones. I have a few lace cap hydrangeas. I think I'm not going to use it in here because I don't think they're going to last. They don't last really well, but this is another type of hydrangea you can grow. Lace caps, they're really beautiful. Now, because we're using an opaque container, make sure you water it every day, because you can't really see if there's water in there or not. So stick your finger in there, make sure you have it full to the brim every day, because hydrangeas really like to drink a lot of water. You'll be surprised how much water it can drink. I think we're done with most of the hydrangea part. Should we add another green one over here? Sure, why not? Since I cut it, right? So we have green and lavender and periwinkle, kind of a green and bluish color arrangement. And I thought we could add in some of this green mist. It's a type of Queen Anne's lace, or it's in the Queen Anne lace family, just to give it a little texture interest. Even though it's an all hydrangea arrangement, it's a little bit too roundy-moundy for me. I think a little bit of this might be really pretty on the perimeter. or peeking out above, because it's got that pretty lacy texture. It's one of my favorite materials to use. This is called Green Mist. Lasts longer than Queen Anne's lace and shatters less. The flower's a little greener, but it's really a wonderful material. I buy it almost every time I go to market because it lasts really long also. Very versatile. If you want to do something sort of cottagey or very natural wildflower looking, this is a fabulous material. Or something antique looking, vintagey, this is a great material as well. I like these little tendrily, sinewy stems. I'm going to add that to the perimeter here so that it kind of cascades out of our urn. See how that's kind of pretty? Makes it less tight. Just let it kind of float above your hydrangeas. Another fun, sinewy one. Add in. Okay. Looks good. So even though I've been doing this for 30 years, you always learn something new. So thank you to Anita for giving me this tip about hydrangeas. Let's see if it works. Okay, so we're mostly done. Now remember I reserved some hydrangea foliage. So I'm going to take a look to see if we want to have some greenery kind of peeking out at the top. I kind of like having greenery in these arrangements with all hydrangeas so that you have a little bit of separation between the flowers. You don't have it like too much of just balls of hydrangeas. So the foliage is just really kind of separation between the hydrangeas. So I added the foliage here to separate the two hydrangeas and one here. And I have one more stem here. And I picked hydrangea foliage, I want to say over 10 days ago to use, and it's still perfect. These are new from this morning because I wanted to see how long this arrangement lasts. But I still have some in my fridge from a couple of weeks ago. Okay, we are all done with our hydrangea arrangement. Okay. Pretty easy, straightforward arrangement. We're just kind of using the textures of the hydrangea and the foliage and just adding a few sprigs of green mist. So design-wise, this is not anything earth-shattering, but it's very pretty, I think. Very summery. I love the colors. Now we're going to spray it with hairspray. Okay, this is just some regular spray, very inexpensive, that you can just buy at Target or wherever you buy your hairspray. Nothing fancy. But definitely look for humidity control because I think that's probably the key to this. So we're all done with our hydrangea arrangement. That's pretty easy, right? Now, we spray the whole thing with hairspray, so there's no way for us to know if it lasts longer with the hairspray or without. So we're very scientific here. So I cut two little hydrangea stems in two little bottles. This one does not have the hairspray. This one, I sprayed it with the hairspray. So we'll observe to see which one lasts longer. Now these two little hydrangeas came from the same stem, and I cut it at the same time, same water with a little bit of alum in it, and I use QuickDip with both. So let's see if the hairspray makes a difference. And the hairspray one is in this little oval bottle, and the non-hairspray one is in this little round bottle. Okay, so we'll have to observe, and I'll let you know what the results are. So we're all done, so let's see how long this arrangement lasts. Day 7, everything looks fresh and perfect just like day 1. Wow, we're day 13. The hydrangeas look good, just a little bit of discoloration. The greenery still perfect. The Queen Anne's lace shattered a little bit, but not too bad. Day 13, both our little hydrangeas are still pretty perfect. The one on the left has no hairspray. The one on the right has the hairspray, but they look both still perfect. We're day 23. I went on vacation, came back, saw the hydrangeas were still there. Now, interestingly, the one on the left without the hairspray is still perfect, and the one on the right that we sprayed with hairspray has wilted. Were you surprised by our results? I hope you learned something from this video and finally are able to get hydrangeas to last. For those of you who are new to my channel, please like and subscribe. Click the little bell to be notified when I put out a new video. For my loyal viewers who join me week after week, thank you. Leave me a comment to let me know if you like this video and found it helpful. Until next time, go out and buy some hydrangeas, make an arrangement, and I will see you in my next video.